Have you ever stopped to think about how we got here? I mean, not just us, but our whole modern world. The internet, smartphones, electric cars. It all feels so new. But the seeds were planted long ago. Today, we're taking a time machine back to one of the most explosive periods of invention in human history, the 19th century. This isn't just a history lesson. This is the origin story of our everyday lives. Let's start with a force that powers practically everything we do: electricity. Before the 1800s, it was mostly a scientific curiosity, a parlor trick with static shocks. Then came a man named Michael Faraday. He was a bookbinder's son with an insatiable curiosity. Through a series of brilliant experiments in the 1820s and 30s, Faraday discovered the principles of electromagnetic induction. He found that a moving magnet could create an electric current in a wire. This sounds simple, but it's the fundamental principle behind electric generators and motors. Without Faraday, there's no Thomas Edison lighting up the world, no power grid, no charging your phone at night. He literally set the modern world in motion, turning a mysterious force of nature into a controllable, world-changing power. Next up, let's talk about how we see the world. Before the 19th century, if you wanted a picture of something, you had to hire a painter. It took hours, days, even weeks, and it was only for the wealthy. Then, in the late 1830s, pioneers like Louis Daguerre in France and William Henry Fox Talbot in England developed the first practical photographic processes. Suddenly, for the first time in history, you could capture a moment in time, an exact replica of reality, in minutes. Think about the impact. History was no longer just written, it could be seen. People could have portraits of loved ones they might never see again. The world suddenly felt smaller and more connected. Photography didn't just change art, it changed our memory, our sense of identity, and how we document truth. It was the world's first selfie, and it changed everything. But what good is seeing a distant relative's photo if you can't talk to them? Enter the telephone. On March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell uttered the now famous words into his new invention. "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." And with that, humanity's ability to communicate was forever altered. The telegraph had already been sending coded messages for decades, but the telephone transmitted the most human thing of all: the voice. Imagine the sheer magic of hearing a voice from miles away for the very first time. It revolutionized business, connected families across vast distances, and laid the groundwork for the global communications network we rely on today. Every phone call, every video chat, every text message traces its ancestry back to Bell's simple, revolutionary device. Finally, let's talk about moving. For thousands of years, we were limited by the speed of a horse. Then came the internal combustion engine. Inventors like Nicholas Otto and Carl Benz tinkered and refined designs throughout the century, creating an engine that could generate power by igniting fuel inside a cylinder. This was the heart of the first automobiles. Suddenly, the dream of personal independent travel was no longer a fantasy. You weren't tied to train schedules or the limits of a horse. This invention didn't just give us cars, it gave us freedom. It reshaped our cities, created suburbs, and eventually, it powered the first airplanes, shrinking our planet in ways that were previously unimaginable. From the spark of electricity and the click of a camera to the ring of a telephone and the roar of an engine. The 19th century wasn't just a period of invention, it was a complete rewiring of human existence. These weren't just gadgets, they were the building blocks of the 21st century. So the next time you flip a light switch or snap a photo, take a second to thank the curious minds of the 1800s. They built our world. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about how we got to now. See you in the next one.